Hello and welcome to Ukraine Today. I'm Valery Solohub. Join me now to discuss the Dutch business in Ukraine is the founder and CEO of Smart Documents, Marco Drost. Mr. Drost, welcome to Ukraine Today.
Thank you.
Mr. Drost, you came to Ukraine back in 2009 to open an office of your company here in Ukraine. Mm-hmm. What was the main motivation of your company to start business here?
Well, I was looking for programmers, as it was quite difficult at that moment, and still is, I think, to find good programmers in Holland. And Holland is a small country, and Ukraine has much more people and has very good programmers. I looked at the website of Ministry of Economic Affairs, and they said, if you look for programmers, look in Russia, St. Petersburg, for example, Ukraine, or in Romania. And I started in Ukraine, and I liked it so much that it was an easy choice for me. Just had a good feeling with it, and I think it's a very nice country, very nice people. So I think, oh, this is a place to look. And I just started and tried it, and it went quite successful. So.
Well, you've been working in Ukraine since 2009, and you've been living here on and off. Mm-hmm. During this period, this was you've been through some. Well, Ukraine has been through some of the turbulent times. Yeah. What is your overall experience about doing business in Ukraine and about living in Ukraine during this time?
It's very interesting, where in Holland everything is very well arranged, sometimes over-arranged, everything costs a lot of money, people do everything, or you need advices, we always need to pay quite high wages also. And in Ukraine, I see also that people are more willing to help each other out, and also hope that they also get something out of this, but more with some goodwill. As in Holland, you see here more start of entrepreneurship really starting up. And Holland is already well developed, very professional, but it can be also boring and limiting. And in Ukraine, there's so many options, so many things to do, and it's just also very interesting to see a very totally different country. At first I thought, there's people here, it's nice people, we're all people, and what's the difference? It's a country. And then after 2-3 years I say, oh no, everything here is like upside down, which is also difficult, but also very interesting. And as an entrepreneur, I like challenges, and no, Ukraine is definitely a challenge, but yeah, you get growth from challenge, so I think it's a good thing, but it's tough and interesting.
Well, this time when you were in Ukraine was very difficult for the country and for the business in particular. These were the times when President Yanukovych came to power, when corruption was skyrocketing. Yeah. How did you manage to build your business in these conditions?
Well, I was lucky because I have a software company, and software you can't grab, so it's going overnight or during the day always to Holland, where we have our headquarters, and we're very flexible. So, well, I always ask my director here, okay, how is security? And say, yeah, no problems, and we never paid any bribes or whatever, or security besides a normal security company for protection in your office building and so on.
Well, but the government was tightening the screws. The government officials were demanding bribes, or when the company were refusing to pay bribes, they were forcing them to do that by creating the unbearable conditions. So how was it with your company, with your business?
Yeah, we did it quite well. Well, it was a little bit strange for me that our administrator, every new year, they went to the tax office to give some whiskey and cigars or something. Say, well, okay, why you do this? This is considered like bribe in Holland, but it's just to keep friendship, and it's small. And but thank God, besides that, we never had any problems. But it's a good thing that you say, because in 2012. I saw with the Yanukovych regime, they were taking more companies, really hijacking, and like in Deribasovskaya, I had some main restaurants. I heard also that the son of Yanukovych took these restaurants as zero investment, by help of some people and the judges. And I think, wow, this is, I saw pressure coming, so I think, well, do I want to be here? I can't go anywhere in the world where I want. Why do I want to be here? And then I choose to close the office there and go out. of Ukraine, and I happened to be here because of an English friend at a birthday party here in Kyiv. And his birthday was on the day that the revolution started here, when the big crowd was near the church, and Vitaly Klitschko was there, and I saw it from the taxi. I was just driving there. I was taking pictures like, oh my God, what's happening here? And the taxi driver said, there will be a revolution tomorrow. I think, what? And I had an apartment on Krichatik, and after this birthday party of my friend, in the morning I heard something in the distance saying, what's that, what's that? And I went to the window and saw hundreds of thousands of people going by, you know, in Krichatik and going to the Maidan. And yeah, so next days I spent also a lot of time there, also talking to students, you know, with just having these fishing rods, you know, as protection, and they covered their arms with politensa, you know, with the towels, and against the police. So I think, wow, it was so exciting. Yeah, I liked it, and since then, I'm more or less back in Ukraine, because I see hope. I see people who want to do something, you know, who want to build a country. And so it's a big difference than before.
This revolution which took place in Ukraine, which is known as the Euromaidan Revolution, what do you think about it? It toppled the government, but a lot of people say that nothing much has changed. Corruption is still there, despite the promises by the politicians to get rid of the corruption. Yeah. A lot of things from the past remained. So do you think this was a good thing?
No, this is very bad, of course. And yeah, the other way is you fire everybody, hire new people. The Americans tried it in Iraq. I heard it was not a success, because then nobody knows what to do. But I think what's happening here is also not good. And these politicians, yeah, for any person, if if they say, okay, I offer you a few millions if you do this and this, well, this is hard to resist, right? And somehow there needs people who check this, and they should be punished. Now, they should be sent to jail. And if you look in the newspapers, those are, there are not enough people sent to jail or punished. No, this is the real problem. So this just continues.
You said you're thinking about reopening office here. What gives you this confidence that you can do business in Ukraine again?
Well, I have a lot of experience here, so you know what to do and what not to do. And I must say, Kyiv is already very European, I think. It's very safe. It's very good for doing business. People here from the whole country come to find a normal job, you know, like based on their possibilities, on their knowledge, and not based on family ties or friendship, you know, but really for quality. And I recognize this is like it is in Europe, and you see it happening here. You see also people that start to wear funny things, like the big earrings, men with big earrings that you see also in countries like Latvia, who are a few years ahead. I think this is a good sign. People express themselves, want to be themselves. And this is different than in 2009, where everybody wants to look like a businessman, like I have money, and this is not anymore. So you see change, and this gives hope. And at this moment, I work mostly with outsourcing companies, and more of like a virtual office, and colleagues come here, and that works very fine. So I don't really need like a steady office. I use the offices of these outsourcing companies, and yeah, they just deliver good quality, and I like the people that I'm with, and also to work with them. So yeah, I see no problems. At least if you're in software, this is a great place to be. I think maybe the best. Yeah.
Do you see the support from the government for software developing companies?
Yes, I read what I read is that say if we want to focus.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting, but because President Poroshenko in his 2016 speech, in the beginning of the year 2016, he said that IT is one of the top priorities for the government. Yes. So do you see that this is the priority for the government?
I don't see it enough. If you look at the tax possibilities that the IT after they try to make it higher, because they all work in SPDs and pay low tax, and then all IT people complained, and then they kept it low. So as long as they keep taxes low for them, I think, well, this is something that they say they supported. But I think they can do more, the government, in making or using IT to make things more efficient, that you don't have to go from one office to another office to another office. So my wife changed her name here. That took about a week, going everywhere. Where in Holland, I just go to the city office, okay, this is new, and then everything goes automatically. So there's a lot to be improved here, and I think this is something that I would like to see, that the government really invest in IT to make things more transparent, and also it brings down corruption. And they say it, but they need to do it, and it's not so difficult. Why you can take also software from other countries. Baltic states did a good job there, and they're also involved here. So, but if you talk, do you see it? No, then I don't see this.
Mr. Drost, there's a lot of debate in the Netherlands right now whether the government of the Netherlands should ratify the association agreement between Ukraine and the EU, and there's even a referendum scheduled for April for the people to vote. Whereas a lot of Ukrainians are very keen about this deal, and the government is very excited about this deal. Do you think that this EU association agreement between Ukraine and EU will be beneficial for the Netherlands?
I think definitely. Definitely is beneficial because Ukraine is one of the greatest agricultural countries. You have the best soil in the world. And Holland is supposed to have the best technology in agriculture. Now we have great universities, really a lot of patents also, and the combination it would be fantastic. I know some companies are active here, but it can be much more. It's really a win-win situation. I think the Dutch government, the Dutch people, they don't understand this association agreement, and there's not enough information in Holland. If you look at the website, then you find a lot, but if I look on TV, I don't see so much information. But the embassy here also said to me, this will coming month, so well, we'll wait and see. But I heard there was more fuss about this here in Ukraine and in Holland. In Holland we have different things to focus on, which is a pity, but well, that's how the news works. What is news of today?
But what is your personal position on this referendum in the Netherlands regarding the association agreement?
I think it's quite shocking that there is a referendum, because I didn't see any referenda about other things, and I wonder how this came to place. I know they collected signatures of people, but I think they didn't give the really good information when they got these signatures. And I think, who's behind this? No, it's very strange, to be honest. And it's not something for Holland to do something like this, because it's about trading. No, it's improving business. And I think Holland has a very long history in trading all over the world. You'll find Dutch people everywhere. So we should support this, really. We live on this, and I see big opportunities there. So it's very strange for me. I'm almost ashamed that this referendum is there, and I absolutely hope that they will vote for yes. But the problem is they don't understand it, really, I think. After the problems with Greece and the refugees, they say, oh my God, more problems. No, and this is not true.
Do you think the media and well the other participants will be able to convince the Dutch people to vote in favor of this association agreement, or in your opinion it's doomed?
Well, it's not doomed, but honestly, personally, I'm quite afraid of it, and it depends on what the media will tell to the people. But it's not really on the news. It will come, but now it's all about refugees, and it's 200,000 refugees for Holland, I think, that's a lot of people. But they say, yes, 70% will not stay because they're not really a refugee. So what's left is not so big group, but people all focus on that, and some politicians with funny white hair that we have in Holland. He's Indonesian, by the way, half, so it's very strange that he's against this. But they're making out of, like, fear, like, oh, these Syrians are coming and doing bad things, like in Germany. So, no, that's the news. And people are afraid. And then it's also this association agreement. They think, oh, now we get this. So I think it's a negative story, which it should not be. You know, this is opportunities. This is good, and also good for Ukraine.
Well, let's see if the Dutch people indeed see this opportunity. Mr. Drost, many thanks for joining us today. We're discussing the opportunities for the Dutch business in Ukraine with founder and CEO of Smart Documents, Marco Drost. I'm Vladimir Sulhu. Thank you for watching Ukraine Today.